So I told you guys I would demonstrate how I cut my hair. You remember that I am a trained professional hairdresser. If you do your hair in braids a lot, then layers are not going to be ideal because they're going to poke out of your braids. But if you are like me and you like to curl your hair and you like to be there to be a lot of body throughout the hair, then I do what's called invisible layers. Okay, so I take just these little guys on top and I take them pretty short, but I do them very fine. Because when you curl the hair, the shorter your hair, the higher the curl is going to hold, because the ends hold the curl a lot better because there's less weight. So the way that I do that, and you can take this to your hairdresser and show them, or you can attempt it yourself, is that I take vertical sections like this. So we grab a vertical section all the way down, take it straight up. This is called over directing. Okay, we're going straight up, and now we've got our hair up here. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me start. Go like right here. Okay, so however far down you want your hair to start, and then you just take it and take just little teeny tiny cuts. Okay, the angle that you do it is going to determine how thick your layers are. These are invisible layers. They are designed to blend into your hair completely and be invisible. So you do not want a sharp angle. You don't want to cut your hair like this. You want to cut it like this. You're keeping the bulk of your hair on the bottom so that the layers are very thin and you can barely see them. Okay, so let's try this again. Take your section. I'm gonna start like up here because I want it to start fairly short. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go little by little and just slightly cut a very, very shallow angle so that we're not cutting off very much of the hair at all. And just taking teeny tiny cuts, point cutting like this. You can see how I'm getting those like very, very little. And make sure that your hair is over directed because that's going to cause this to blend even more so that you don't have any super fine. Okay, so now when you put that down, there's going to be some of those little guys. You can just blend those in even more. Okay, so your left layers are pretty short. The color is different there so you can see it. But it'll comb seamlessly into your hair. But then when you go to curl it, it's a little bit thick, so I'm gonna just you can take them as long or as short as you want, and then you just go all the way around the head, taking those sections. You can use the previous section as a guide. Just go very, very shallow cuts. Okay, and do that all the way around. Okay, and then at the very, very end, let me do this front piece. I leave the front piece out because I can do those layers on my own in the front, but let me start up here a little bit. Now, let me do it all the way around and then I'll show you how it looks when it's curled. so once I've done that initial cut all the way around, I've got some of these little shorty guys. And now I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna meet this with this. So instead of over directing it, I'm just going to take my section and hold it down low and then just shape it up just a little bit and match and just blend the highest layers with the lowest. But again, do go very easily. We're only doing basically the top layer of hair. Okay, you don't want this to be too drastic, or else you're gonna end up with some real choppy layers. I'm just doing very, very outside and just shaping it up just a little bit so that I have a little bit of a curve there. And we'll do that all the way around. Okay, the next step, after you've got the top and the bottom all like blended together, this is where a hairdresser really comes in handy, or your spouse or whatever. Whoa, hair out. Okay, is you take sections this way, very, very thin sections, and this is where you can kind of even them out. So I'm gonna go even smaller than that because this is like supposedly the shortest layer, but you can see how it's not all one length. Like there's a short guy and there's a short guy, but here's a long one. This is where you can kind of even out those top layers, and I just point cut into it so that it cuts off the bulk, but it's not like a straight cross because we want it to be the same all the way out. And then you can do another layer and kind of match the length there too. That one was way too thick. Okay. But we're doing very, very thin layers so that it blends. Okay. This part is not like totally necessary, but it just does help so you have your layers that are all kind of the same length. Right through there. Okay, and the last step is I like to have layers in the front, just in this section. So I'm just going to take it and just very gently cut cut it at a teeny tiny angle, just so that I can have a little bit of it, have it like kind of frame my face a little bit. Just a hair. And then the other side. If you like that, I think is a little too drastic, and so you can blend that by point cutting into it. And then it will kind of fade back into your hair. Like so. Okay, so this is not perfect by any means. I'm gonna get it done better when I go get my hair cut officially, but it's still much better. So let me curl it and show you. is what that does. So it does not make you look like you have a ton of layers because the layers are invisible, but look how high up this will stay curled. It brings the bulk of your hair up and it allows your hair to stay curled up higher. Okay, look at these. These little shorties will blend in, but they're lightweight, and so they will hold your curl right there. They'll hold a curl much higher up. So it just brings the body up higher in your hair. So there you go. Go take this to your hairdresser and have them do it, or if you're brave enough, do it yourself.